Internet, and welcome to MX2 Gaming's podcast. I am your host, Blaine. Would you like to introduce yourselves, guys?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm John. What's up, guys?
I'm Noah. How's it going?
And I'm Steven. Howdy, as we say in New Jersey.
Alright, well, we're here to talk about, basically just bring our own opinions about the news and everything that's been going on. So, before we do that, let's kind of talk about what we've been playing lately. So, I don't know, John, what's up? What you been up to?
So I bought Dragon Age Inquisition, and so far I think it's fantastic. It's a lot. Okay, so there's a lot to do. And one thing I would like to address before anyone gets it, they should know that the internet has said that you're supposed to. So there's this one big area that you get access to in the beginning. It's called the hinterlands, and the internet says you have to not spend too much time in there, or you'll get really bored. And I agree with that, because there's some good missions in that area, and it's probably the biggest area. But there's some missions in there that are just pointless. Like there's one where you have to herd a bunch of cows and put them back into the farm or something. It's kind of dumb. It's like you're the leader of the Inquisition and you have to lead cows into a farm. So it's like spend like 4 hours there, do some cool stuff, and then just venture out. And it really opens up after that. And I also just to get ready for the new expansion for the Dark Below for Destiny. I've been playing Destiny again. I finally beat the Vault of Glass, and it took about 2 hours. And it's funny because we went through the first let's say 90% of it pretty quickly, and the last part took like an hour by itself, because you have to essentially go to these different. You have to go through a portal, shoot a bunch of stuff. But if one person dies, you're pretty much screwed, because you can't. You have to have 3 people to do it, and it's really hard without 3 people. So it took about an hour, and during the last part of it, we took a break our dudes were just sitting in the last part of the mission. Let's take a break and we'll come back. It took so long. So, but yeah, I've been playing Destiny again. I'm really excited for the new expansion stuff for it.
All right, sweet. Yeah, but it kind of sucks that you guys can't really farm your those caves anymore now that they patched it.
It was funny because the first time I realized what was going on, I had no idea what people were doing. They were just sitting in front of this cave and waiting, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, I'm out of here. But then I realized, they're farming for stuff. So I was like, oh, that was cool. And then they patched all of them, so you can't do that anymore. But you can buy the materials now for Vanguard points or Crucible points. So that's a pretty cool addition they had in the update.
All right. Well, sweet. Not too bad. I'm just going on the list. I don't know. As a lot of you guys know, I just recently got a 3DS, so I've been getting a bunch of more budgeted games, I guess, just because they're cheap. So Splinter Cell 3D, kind of decent, not that great. Stick to the console versions. And then there's Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy, which is basically, in a way, kind of sort of a port from the console version, which, not a bad game, but if you're looking for a real Ace Combat experience, you just want to avoid Assault Horizon in general. Stick with the PS2 versions. On the PS3, there's Ace Combat Infinity, free-to-play game, totally worth it. If you lose anything, it's just going to be your time. That's about it, really. What about you, Noah?
Oh, well, I've been playing Dungeon Cricket 14, and John will be sick of me saying that, but I've been playing it for the past 8 months, just because I love cricket so much. And I recently got a capture card, so I'm capturing some footage just because I know cricket isn't popular over in America, so I thought I'd do a sort of introduction video for it. And I'm recorded it, and I'm just even though I'm going to record a video, this still won't justify to them how I've spent so many hours, because it's a buggy mess, and the frame rate drops at just random times, but I just love it. I can't explain it. The controls are alright, but it's just essentially cricket, and I can just do it while I'm sitting in my bed, so it's amazing. I've also been playing Binding of Isaac Rebirth. It's a very weird game. It's very dark as well, actually, because you're a little kid who's shooting tears at poo, and I don't know how it exists. I'm glad it exists, but I don't know how it exists. The only problem I would have is that, because it's sort of like a roguelike, so every new you have to keep doing new runs, and so you die and then you just restart again and just see how far you can get into it. And that's the only problem, is there's no sense of progression at all. Like you die and then you're back to square one. There's no sort of sense that, okay, if I can do this, I can get something that will make it slightly easier. Not a huge advantage, but just so it feels like not every run is a waste, because I haven't actually beaten it yet. So that's,
oh man.
yeah, I got to the mother and I nearly killed her, but I had an item on me that when I got hurt for a certain amount, I would then teleport to another location, and if you teleport to another location, the boss like regains all its health. So I nearly did it, and then
man.
I teleported. I was almost like Isaac crying. I've also been playing Dragon Age Origins and like in preparation for Inquisition, and I love the storytelling between the characters in that, but oh my god, does it look bad? Like in my mind's eye, it was this beautiful game, and then when I played it, I was just like, how? How did I play this? So I'm sort of readjusting to that, having to climatize to the graphics. But once I get past that, because I don't really have a problem with graphics, really. But once I get past that, I know I'm just gonna enjoy it all over again.
Yeah, and plus it was free on Origin not too long ago either, so I think it was just a way to prepare people for the latest. But yeah, what about you, Stefan?
Don't let the PH lie to you. I've been playing Baldur's Gate 2. I picked that up, a physical copy off of Leaf Trade. Anyone ever use it? Leaf Trade?
No.
Oh.
I might have heard of it.
I actually was trying to get Borderlands 2 from Leaf Trade, but I got matched with a bunch of AFK users who weren't sending anything anytime soon. So I just picked Baldur's Gate 2. I made a character. He's kind of a terrible character. I hate him. I was actually thinking of just starting over, but I got like 8 hours into the game, so I was like, alright, I better just slog through this. It's a lot of fun, but I'm honestly impressed at how hard it is. Like, I just played sometimes, and I'm like, alright, I'm ready to explore this dungeon, and then I just die. I'm like, oh, well, this is much harder than I thought. This is the first game I've ever turned down the difficulty. Like, there's a difficulty called Core D&D Rules, and I changed it down to normal. Because it's kind of painful to see 6 of my characters wailing on this one guy, and it all says that he's not taking any damage.
Oh, man.
It hurts my soul to see. My weapon has no effect, all 6 of them, on this one guy.
Dang.
Yeah, and I picked up Starhawk. My sister bought it for me on a Black Friday. It's a ton of fun. The single player is actually really good, but it's a multiplayer focused game. Like you can tell, they made it 32 versus 32 players. It's not that like the multiplayer community, it's not that alive, to be honest. Like you'll enter these huge maps with only 6 players occasionally, and that's pretty boring. But when you get like a 32 versus 32 game, explosions everywhere, hawks flying in the sky, tanks breaking down walls, it's a lot of fun. And I've been playing Dragon Age Origins 2, not in preparation for Inquisition, because my PC cannot run that. Just because it was free on Origins. I made a warrior battle maiden named Joan, and I love her. So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Alright,
Nice.
sweet. Sounds like we've all been keeping busy quite well, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, so I guess let's just jump right into the first topic, which is the new Assassin's Creed Unity, which will be based in the Victorian London era. So, who wants to go first? Any thoughts, opinions about the series or the game in general?
I'd like to go first. Okay, so I'm not a really big fan of the Assassin's Creed games anyway. I played the first one like a tad, and I was like, this isn't really for me. But, I've kind of keep up with them because all my friends play them. So when Unity came out, I was like, okay, it seems like a pretty good game. One of my friends, his name is Mike, he played the game, and I guess he got like the the terrible version or something, because every 5 seconds it's like bugging out on him. It crashes. It's like the face problem where all you see is like their bones and their muscles on the inside. Happened all the time, and he hated it. He didn't like playing it. He had to like grudge through it to finish it. And then I've heard some other stories. So I was like, oh, it's pretty decent. It's just another Assassin's Creed game. There's no bugs. So I was like, oh, okay, that's not good. The games vary so much. I do think that, with the leak of the new game, I kind of took a step back. I was like, okay, there's a leak, and it kind of seems like, to me, how I view it is, okay, so Unity got a little, I wouldn't say great praise, because a lot of bugs early on the launch is not good, and they fixed some things, but people just said it wasn't a good game. And then it's like, oh, here's a leak for our new game, so maybe you'll kind of forget about Unity, and here's the new game. And I'm just kind of like, you just made this one. Why don't you, like, take a step back and, like, relax? I think they should probably wait longer to release each game, because I feel like it's not even a year now. It's just like, oh, here's Unity. This just came out. Oh, here's a sneak peek of our new game that we're making. Which is like, won't you... I think they should slow down in the whole Assassin's Creed thing.
Well,
they actually released 2 of those this year too. So I mean,
Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue. Yeah.
Let's say I just want to say you said that they've because they haven't officially announced the Assassin's Creed Victory. They just leaked again. Like Unity leaked when somebody saw him working on it on a laptop or something on a plane. It's just like, Ubisoft, we're not that dumb. You don't, like, leaking isn't like a perfectly posed picture of an assassin on a Victorian sort of building. A leak is just like some concept art or something like that. It's not like a perfectly posed, perfect shot. It's just don't get me started on Ubisoft, because they're just the traditional AAA game. They're just like the whole studio. They just hold emphasis on it, where they're just stuck in this bubble where they're just doing the same thing over and over and over. And with Unity, we just saw how bad that can be, because I mean, I just like the fact that they wanted to get it out for that date, it means that they had to release a buggy version, when if they delayed it for a couple of weeks, they would have patched it and it would have been alright. And it's also annoying because the reviewers actually got good copies. So they were reviewing a game, and they said, it's a pretty good Assassin's Creed Unity game. Then when it gets shipped and everybody gets their hands on it, it's like, what's this? All these bugs. And just like, and the reviewers then get attacked, because it's like, I've bought a game that's extremely buggy, and you said it was good. And it's like, we got the good copies, right? They're not going to send us the buggy ones. So you feel for the reviewers, but you also feel for the art team of Ubisoft, the ones that worked on Unity. Because if you look at a game when you're not moving around and the frame rate's not dropping or anything, it looks spectacular. Like, it looks gorgeous. And you just feel for them, because they've obviously just been rushed. Or
Right.
not the art directors, but the programmers and all those people. But it's just such a depressing thing to see. And Ubisoft have tried to build their bridges, but you're right. Leaking Assassin's Creed Victory is certainly not going to repair the damage that they've done. I mean, it's going to take a lot to do that, and if they don't back up their ideas, Assassin's Creed's going to drop very quickly. The Ubisoft name will, and that's going to affect their whole business. So they need to wise up, really.
For Victory leaking, I think they should just take a break from Assassin's Creed for a bit, like John said, like maybe 3 or 4 years. Decide what they want to do, what they want to innovate on, what they want to fix, because like no one's excited for Victory. Like the last Assassin's Creed game that I liked was like Revelations, I think. And yeah, like I don't feel any excitement for Victory coming out. It didn't surprise me or anything. It just felt like a nuisance, to be honest. They should just wait a little. Make people miss Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, well, Victory's because it's set in Victorian London and being English, it's nice to see a game set in there, especially Assassin's Creed one. Because I've always admired about that they put it in historical settings. But like you said, like after Unity, nobody has any faith, and I mean, I haven't touched an Assassin's Creed since the third one because I've just gone, no, I'm not giving you any more of my money. I'll buy the games. I'll buy Ubisoft games that I think are worthwhile, but not the Assassin's Creed franchise. So when I saw that, I was just like, it's tested me. I'm just like, will I buy this? And I'm going to say now that I'm not. This is my verbal contract. I will not buy it because I just don't like the system of how they're doing Assassin's Creed. And the only Ubisoft game that I'm looking forward to right now is Far Cry. Like, I haven't got that yet, but I'm sure Santa will be getting that for me. So, so hopefully I can, I'll enjoy that one. But other Ubisoft games, I just don't have any faith in. And I get that they had the model of their yearly releases give money so they can fund smaller projects like Child of Light and Rayman, but and I know that they're making a push for more of that, for more of their some people just to go off and make their own games. But I mean, come on, you can't release a broken game and expect people to still have your back for that kind of model when we'd just rather those small games that actually have love and attention to them rather than these ones that are just buggy messes and people feel cheated really. So anyway, I'm done. That's my rant.
I just want my Ninja Assassin's Creed game.
People have wanted that for years. It makes total sense. When people think of like history and stealth, they think of feudal Japan. They don't think of the Renaissance.
Yeah, not being funny though, but it's only Unity, I think, where they've actually had a stealth button, so that's probably what they're waiting for. They're probably waiting for their stealth mechanics to actually become stealthy. Then they'll have it.
Alright. And what I've also thought of too is like apparently people have said Battlefield 4 is patched. Like I haven't bothered playing it or buying it because every time I play it frees up. So this kind of makes me wonder, like, are people going to like start waiting a year before they purchase the latest games just so all the bugs can be ironed out? It just seems to kind of make sense to wait. Like, even if you have to wait a year to release a game, that way you can get more sales for the game when it's new, as you can charge, £60 or $60. I mean, sorry. I'm American. Why did I say pounds? But it just kind of.
My accent's confusing you.
Yeah, kind of. You're not even in. You don't even sound British either.
Well, I am. I just
You sound New Zealandish.
As if you know what that sounds like.
Yeah, I have no idea. I actually talked to a few people who are like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait to buy these big AAA games. Like, I wouldn't say a year later, but like a few months later. So it's like, because they know that they're buggy when they come out, and it's bad that it's normal almost. Like, oh, it's gonna be bad when it comes out, so I'll just wait a few months. So I've personally talked to a few people who are like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait to buy this big game that's coming out.
Yeah, it's a bit sad. I mean, at least Ubisoft was kind enough to give people free DLC and offer free games for the troubles.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like as I've said, some of you guys have said, there are good copies and bad copies of Unity. So is that just for a platform? It doesn't really make much sense to me on consoles, because on PCs there's like all these variations of hardware. But on consoles, it seems like if one person's going to have a bug on a particular console, then it's going to be across the same. Everyone else with that same console is going to get it. And the Xbox One and PS4 are so similar that they shouldn't really be that different in terms of performance. I mean, the PS4 has a little bit more power to it, but they use pretty much the same hardware internally, so this doesn't really...
Yeah.
Well, it's just when you mass produce a game, like, the bugs then start to show themselves, and I'm sure they did lots and lots of testing, but either they didn't test well enough or they didn't have enough time to test it properly. So just with the mass production, you finally see the bugs slipping through, and it's a shame that players experience it and none of the reviewers experience that. But Ubisoft have not had a good reputation of late, especially with the crew, with them saying, like, if any reviews come out day one, don't trust them, and you just think you're burning bridges with everybody, Ubisoft, like reviewing teams and consumers alike.
Yeah, especially with their PC games. Like, every year when Ubisoft releases a game, especially on PC, a lot of people complain about, like, having just a ton of issues, which it kind of makes sense as, PC hardware, more of it has to be worked around with. It's, in a way a bit more difficult to program for, but they're just porting out these, just completely half-assed ports, not putting any effort into it, just trying to get that dollar as quickly as possible, I guess.
And then added microtransactions, which is going to make lots of gamers enthusiastic, right? We all love microtransactions. Whoa.
With EA.
Ubisoft.
Oh, goodness.
Ubisoft, please do not become the new EA.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Anyone else got any more thoughts, or should we just head on to the next topic?
I think we killed it.
Alright.
All right.
I just want to remind Ubisoft that if you make a Ninja Assassin's Creed game, I will buy it. Glitchy or not. Just tell them.
I've never.
You're the problem.
Oh no!
Oh, that's funny.
Because that's the thing. People. Sorry, I haven't moved on yet. I don't think I ever will. But that's the problem. Like, we sit here and we argue it, and then all they have to do is put an Assassin's Creed in a place that we like, and we're just like, okay, we'll give you money. It looks really good. We'll give you money, and then
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. There's as many of us, game critics, not calling ourselves game critics, but people who, I suppose we do, we critique games. As us who sit here and talk on that, there's millions of others who don't really care about that. They just see a pretty trailer, good gameplay, and they go, I'll buy my money, that makes sense. I'll buy Assassin's Creed. So we just have to sort of start a petition of don't buy Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
Oh. Gotta do something. I mean, it's the consumers that are really, it's up to them if they want to purchase something or not, really, in the end. But I think it's kind of, especially when we have pre-orders, I think especially pre-orders help. It's kind of a bad business practice because you're already rewarding the company with your money, and you're already promising them your dollar before you before they finish their product to begin with. So it's, and pre-orders are also constantly being shoved down our throats, like, oh, you'll get this, specific thing in game that really
bonus armor,
isn't all that
really
useful.
Sword. Pre-order.
Oh god, that can just go to hell. I'm sorry, but
whole another podcast.
Bring in the cynicism. Ooh, no, but the pre-order bonuses and that just don't matter to me. I'm not going to be more inclined to buy it if there's pre-order bonus. It's just whether or not I think this game is good enough to justify it, justify a pre-order. But the different outlets.
Eventually, those pre-order bonuses become DLC. Like New Vegas, there's a pre-order bonus for a bunch of shotguns and stuff, weapons, whatever, armors, and it's just $5 DLC. So
yeah,
you're not even missing anything if you don't get it.
Right.
Yeah, it's not too big, but I think we've pretty much destroyed Ubisoft enough. So let's move on to the next topic, which is the new Nintendo 3DS. As some of you may or may not know, it has a couple extra buttons, a little control stick nub. It has a bit more power to it. It has some revisions, just some aesthetic changes, really. And with more power comes better performance for a couple of games, like 2 games, but. Yeah, anybody got any thoughts on the new system?
Yeah.
The name's crap.
Exactly, it's confusing.
Let's Steven go first before Noah goes on for another rant.
Here's my question for Nintendo. When's the new 2DS coming out?
Next month.
I don't know, it feels like they should just commit to one of their handhelds. There was a DS, there was a DS Lite, and now there's a 3DS, and I can't even keep up all the 3DS names. How many are there right now? 2?
This is the 4th revision.
That's awesome.
They had the they had the DS and then DS Lite, and then which kind of made sense, and then the DSi, which was a little pointless. But then they came out with the DSi XL, which is just
Holy cow.
a wonder to play. Large consoles like that are just more comfortable. And then you have the 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS, and then now the new Nintendo 3DS, which is kind of starting to sound like Xbox One at this point with the name. It's just confusing.
There's no creativity in names anymore. That's why it's called Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 7. Not Double Dash or anything like that now.
Yeah, they could have at least put the year in the console name or something, so it's not confusing. Like, oh, Mom, I'm going to go get a new 3DS. Like, which model are you going to get? The new one, but which one? It's just kind of dumb.
Half an hour later, no, Mum, it's the new 3DS.
Oh, man.
You got a new 3DS 3 months ago. No, Mom, it's the new 3DS.
Oh, man.
Right. But yeah, one thing I'm a little concerned about though is that they increased the power on it. They added 2 extra buttons and control stick now, which I don't know if that's really. I don't know, like.
Worth purchasing it.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm getting a little warm here, but it's just a bit unnecessary how they would have exclusive games to that hardware.
There's going to be exclusive games to the new 3DS.
Yep, at least one of them.
They're already dividing the community. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's the same console too, so it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
All 3DS games should play on all 3DSs, you know?
Well, that's the thing, that the new 3DS can play old 3DS games, but 3DS and 3DS XL can't play the new 3DS games.
So it's
Yeah.
like a next-gen handheld or something?
It's just a different revision of the same handheld. It's not even the next gen.
They just need one handheld.
Yeah.
The beauty of consoles is you don't need to upgrade them, and you shouldn't have to upgrade them. I mean, maybe your hard drive, I mean, when the PS3 came out, what did you get, like a 20 gig hard drive or a 40 gig?
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have that, but I mean, come on, like.
You shouldn't have to upgrade a whole new console.
No,
Yeah.
The 2DS makes sense just because the amount of kids that buy 3DS, and a lot of them were breaking the actual console. So the 2DS wasn't marketed at us; it was marketed at small children and parents, and the small children who are like breaking the 3DS all the time. So that one makes sense. 3DS XL, I guess, but why didn't you just have a bigger screen originally? But the new 3DS is just because I mean, if you ever played a DS, you know that the screen's quite small. So if you're doing it with then 3D, why not just start off with an XL instead of the pain, like the small screen? But the new 3DS, the only good thing about it is that for once something's come out in New Zealand and Australia earlier than anywhere else.
Right.
Is there going to be like a new 3DS XL or something?
Most likely.
Oh, you bet there will be.
They want all your money.
I just assumed they're making it like the size of an XL that save themselves the trouble, or save us the trouble of buying a new one, but apparently not.
I guess they just want to rake in that dollar.
Well, it's one step forward, 2 steps back with Nintendo. Every time you think they've got their head in gear, they do something and you're just like, why? But then I guess that's that's why we love Nintendo's their unpredictability, even though they are releasing well, not the same games, just the same sort of icons for their games. Yeah, IPs. That was the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yep, and we all know Mario sells, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep, and if it's like the N64 when you need an expansion pack, people are gonna buy the new Legend of Zelda game that's coming out onto it, which is just Majora's Mask, which you needed an expansion pack to play that on N64, so people bought it, and I think people are gonna do that just even to play that game, especially if it's exclusive to it.
Yeah, gamers are idiots.
No offense.
I'm one of them.
Oh. Cool.
All right, guys. So want to move on to the next topic?
Sure.
All right, next one is about Kmart and Target pulling GTA 5 from their shelves, and I believe for Target this is only for the Australian version. They a bunch of feminists called upon them to remove it because they said it encouraged violence against women. I personally think that's total BS because you can kill men too, and you even torture a guy too. And you pull his teeth out. It's kind of gruesome. But what do you guys? I don't know. Thoughts, opinions?
I heard that someone, I don't know who it was, like they pulled the games and then someone like went to Target, like a company was like targeted Target, and they were like, you're violent because your Target, your logo is violent because it's a target, like a gun. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know who did it, but it was one of the companies, and they like went back at them, and I thought it was pretty funny. I think it's stupid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've taken the games off the shelves, but how many movies are on those shelves right next to them that, oh, you can buy this movie and this dude kills 50 people in this movie? I just think it's dumb.
Yeah, what is it? It's become a thing. Sorry, it's become a thing where it's like they've now started to remove R18, just like games and films, and they say that they want to do it because they want to create a more friendly environment. But I'm just like, they have the 18, the ESRB ratings on them, or the PEGI ratings on them. So it's just it's very weird that, like, from the shop standpoint of to remove these games, because I mean it's Christmas time, people are going to want them, especially next gen GTA is just like one example. So it's weird that they're limiting themselves like this instead of having them on just to please some people who have this very bigoted view.
Mm. Yep. Crap. Sorry. But yeah. People just think differently, like different things, and if someone doesn't want it, they should just not buy it.
So why did they take it just from the Target in Australia? Is there a reason for that?
It's just certain stores. Like we've started to see more and more do it because obviously they've set the trend of being family friendly, and now everybody has to do it. Otherwise, they're gonna lose sales. It's such a stupid thing. Like, I mean, I have never played like GTA or something, and then gone out and thought, oh, it's a woman, I better kill her. Like, I mean, you have to have something wrong in your mind anyway to be thinking that way. Like, I mean, It just doesn't make sense. And if children are playing these games, well, then it's the stupid parents allowing them to.
Well,
like, I mean,
people have been killing people before video games, so it's not
exactly.
that. I mean, people are messed up anyway, so I just think, it's dumb.
What are you talking about? Adolf Hitler was inspired by GTA. Duh.
Oh, that's perfect. That was awesome.
I think it's absurd that in this day and age, if enough people complain about a topic, it's going to get removed instantly. I don't know, like, if you're offended by something, don't buy it.
Right,
don't expect it.
It's like, there's a ton of gamers everywhere, so it's like, oh, we don't like this game because we don't play games, and this is wrong, but we're going to ruin it for all you gamers, but we don't play games. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and what's especially ridiculous is these people that are saying that this game is encouraging of violence against women, they've never played this game before. They've seen somebody, like, pick up a hooker and then kill a hooker, and all of a sudden they call that sexual violence.
Right.
It's not even sexual violence. Sure, you're picking her up and you're killing her, but you're not even getting all your money back. You're not, like, shooting her while you're doing her in your car or anything.
Oh, boy.
It's just such a weird thing to happen. But I mean, let's be honest. Who's buying like games in stores nowadays? Come on, we're all going to Amazon.
Right. But then you have to get off your couch. You can just sit and then you can play a game and then order a game at the same time. It's perfect.
Digital download.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. I mean, though physical games still cost a bit less, but for those of us who have crappy internet connections, I mean, how many GameStops are out there in this world? I can drive down the street, and there's like 3 game stores right there.
I have.
So unless
keep going.
So like, even if you live in the middle of nowhere, you can buy it online and spend a little less. I mean,
Where I live, so we have the main street that goes to our town. There's a GameStop on one side, and right across the street there's another one. Like it's nuts.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Hey, but they both been there for a while and they both make money, and it's stupid, but whatever.
I think it's like if you miss one of the GameStops, you can just go the one on the right or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
Like this
Dang it, missed
this.
the GameStop. Oh, one's right here. Perfect.
Right.
Yeah. Most people are they're too lazy to cross the road.
Exactly.
Like that with McDonald's over here. There's like 3 or 4 of them on this one street over here. It
Oh.
doesn't make sense.
America.
They've been open for years too.
Just to say, we only have 2 in the city of Dunedin.
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 This is basically like, though Target getting rid of it, it's like we can still get the game, but I think the main point is if people are gonna freak out about something, they can get something as absurd as this done if they want to. It's
Right.
just a little.
Yeah, they complained enough, and then it's gone. So yeah, it's.
Well, but the people that ask for this obviously don't have enough like sort of trouble in their life as it is if they're worrying about something like this.
Right.
They obviously have very boring lives and just need to spice it up a bit.
They probably should go buy GTA and then they'll have a fun.
That game was like, even if you're not even doing anything, just go online with a friend and
Yeah.
I'll do that with a couple of friends and we'll just be messing around in our own server for hours. Like sometimes we'll play tennis or something, but usually it's just fun to screw around and like pick up the helicopter and try to chop people up with it. There's just so many things you can do in that world.
Right.
Well, that's the thing as well, because like the Rockstar never create a GTA game just so you can go and kill women. It's so you can just do whatever the hell you want. So if these people are going on there and then killing women and just women, which you're going to find very few people are actually that sexist that they'll only kill women in video games. I won't hit him, even though he's got a shotgun and he's pointed at me. I won't kill him because he's a man, and that would be disrupting the patriarchy. But like, it just makes me angry. It makes my blood boil because it's just like they've just created a game. It's a sandbox game where you can just do whatever you want. The fact that people are then going around killing women doesn't mean it's Rockstar's fault. I mean, yes, maybe some things in GTA shouldn't be included, but people like them to be included, so they're going to include them. Like, look at the people playing the games, not the people creating the games, because the people that are buying the games and playing them are the ones that are showing that we like that kind of stuff. So have a go at society, not one company.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's even the solution for this? Like, just get rid of all females in GTA?
Oh, then that would make a whole nother problem. Like, you don't include women in your games. It would.
You just can't satisfy them at all.
Like,
Women.
Make all the women, all the people in GTA women? Is that a possible solution?
But then you're still killing women.
No, I think one of the Call of Duties got done for this, like where they didn't include women, so they're being sexist. They included them, so then they're promoting violence against women. And it's like, oh my god.
That's stupid.
Are you kidding me?
That's dumb. Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
I have the ultimate solution. Just make everyone these unisex blobs, like these black figures of people, no gender or anything. Nobody can get upset.
everybody can be ditto.
There you go.
No gender, no race, no religion,
Wait, so what
no
color
political view.
Purple.
it just be... That's alien racist.
I'm purple and I find that offensive.
That's funny.
It's just such a silly topic. Like, I mean, why do those people even exist? Euthanasia.
Like, some people have fun getting angry at stuff.
Because their lives are
Like, you
boring.
seem important if you're angry about something. Like, dude, did you see that GTA game? Well, me and my friends got it removed from Target. We're pretty cool, right?
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, Steven, you kind of make a point though. I mean, some people like get on to a Call of Duty, and I back when I have a cousin that was like 9 years old, and he would scream at the TV every time he got shot, but he kept playing it. So I think I've heard a lot of people, like even on gun games especially, just scream at each other for being killed. So I think people like to get frustrated in a sense.
Yeah, it's like, man, I don't even know why I play this game. This game sucks, and they have like 1,000 hours synced into it.
Right.
That's me with Don Bremen cricket, actually.
I was just about to say that. That's awesome.
But yeah, I don't know. You guys good for now then?
Yes, I'm talked out.
40 minutes long. But
yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't this supposed to be like 20 minutes?
Nope.
Oh. Yeah, all according to plan, you guys. 40 minutes. Like we said.
Yep. Perfect.
20 minutes for me ranting, sorry.
Yeah, I got 20 minutes of Noah.
Oh, you love it.
Yeah, everybody, be sure to keep it locked in to mx2gaming.com. Follow us on Facebook. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. You know the deal. Links will be in the description. Everybody, you guys have a nice day.
See you guys.
Yeah.
See ya.